Alright. It's time for the Florencio Files. And we are past episode 200, and we are taking a trip down the sewers back in time to the old days of Ephemeron. So this was one of the earlier days of Florencio learning Terran. And I'm curious to see, because this was called Florencio's Autoshop. I don't know what the hell that means. Is he going to be repairing units? Is he going to be doing some weird proxy mech station somewhere on the map? I don't know. I'm very curious. We can see just Hellions running all over the place, Cyclones. I'm sure there's going to be some mech units. Down here in the bottom left, in the upside down, it is the Sewer Mermaid. Sewer Mermaid. Up here in the top left-hand side, representing Clan Pussy, it is Bagger Team. Do you think it stands for something? Or they're just like, nah, we're the masters of the pussy. So, like, a couple of fucking chads. They're like, we're so cool. Yeah, we bag all of it. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice little Zerg symbol spray paint on the ground. Hatch gas pool for the Zerg. Bit of style. Flow, of course. Low ground wall off and heading straight for the corner of the map. Of course, that does say Sewer Mermaid backwards, for those who are as stupid as me. It took me casting 15 games and 4,000 YouTube comments before I realized Dime Ram Rewes actually means Sewer Mermaid, but I got there in the end. I don't know, maybe not for a corner base. Maybe we're going to see a factory up here. Of course, Florencio, not a fan of making orbital command centers, but there was a period where he occasionally would make one and actually drop mules. Factory goes down in the wall and a few Marines building here. Of course, that Overlord heading straight over to check out the natural and then to go back to the pervert pillar. This is a especially comfortable pervert pillar. The Overlord can lay back in this nice thick bed of leaves and just kind of watch the Terrans while they build. You know, this Overlord, a big fan of a sweaty SCV, doing that hard manual labor. Gets them off. And that is, of course, how Abathur designed them. So those of you who want to go and judge Overlord, say you're sick, that's weird, you shouldn't be such a perv, they were designed that way. They've evolved to watch from the shadows. That's not something you should be judging them for, okay? They were born that way. It's going to go immediately for creep on the nat... Wait. Okay, immediately for creep on the natural, third queen on the way, OV speed as well. Not a lot of drones coming out. You can see lots of lava stacked up. This player wants to get third base, Ling speed, Queen's OV speed. That does come at a cost. It means your droning gets slowed down massively. And you can see that factory lifting up does push the Overlord off the pervert pillar. Says, get out of here, you cheeky dickhead. Behind this command center goes up in the corner of the map. Of course, a Florencio classic and something he's used to great effect over the years. A very quick Roach Warren going down here for Bagger Team, who I think upon seeing the natural wall off has freaked the fuck out. Sorno Command Center. And notice that drone count that we kept on harping on about. It's staying low. 4 queens though out very early. Creep connecting the bases, creep out front, quick third base, quick lair as well. Going to offer up an Overseer scout potential. The only weak spot of the Zerg is the droning. But oh, look at that. The Lings are actually going to go in, bite that depot. But very careful, doesn't want to lose, and he pulls back. And that command center, as long as that goes up unnoticed, I think Florencio will be happy. He's got a very quick starport up in this game. Something we don't see as often from Flo recently. That quick starport. And the drone production is now in full swing. 31 drones to 24 SCVs, and that's just going to continue to grow as Bagger Team does take advantage. But look at that, the speed Overlord comes in the back, and seeing a one-base opponent, this is always where the metal of Florencio's Zerg opponents gets tested. Just how much does a one-base opponent scare the shit out of them? Sees a fusion core, sees a tech lab with a starport. Are we going to see a quick spire? That is the best way to handle this, but for now it's just lots of queens from Bagger Team. And Bagger Team really not hitting that drone count at all, are they? Second starport up there. Oh, this is something you have to build a spire against. Now, I wonder if Bagger Team was even watching that Overlord as it went through, because might just have looked back and said, hey, what's that? What did I just see there? Was that a fusion core? He's going back in to confirm and is building spores and queens, but without the drone count to truly overwhelm and not realizing that he's up against a one-base opponent. The Zerg is thinking 35 drones is surely more than I need. Does confirm the fusion core now. We'll, of course, see. The starport's not actually building, which should raise alarm bells. Of course, that money's going up here. Third gas is down. And I imagine this is Florencio's secret auto shop up here. See, Bagger Team thinks he knows this. This is the only base. 1 BC building at a time. He's going to respond with just queens for now. So 8 queens are out and a spore in each base. That will kick the shit out of any early battle cruisers. But Bagger Team has not really taken an economic advantage. Only up a couple of SCVs, and there are actually mules dropping for once. So Florencio actually looking further ahead in the economy, or further up, I should say, in the economy to what just the worker count alone says. As I say that, the third base getting flooded with drones. The creep is insane. The queen count is great. Bagger Team still has every advantage going for them. Has checked the bottom left, and I think it's about time he finds what's going on. That's right, the Zerglings finally. You know, he says, there's no way you could be on one base this long. Comes to the top right, and there's no planetary. Guys, he has not made a planetary. The Zerglings have just spotted it. There is nothing to defend right now. Florencio cannot recall these units. He's in trouble. He saves 5 of them. 3 of them say, oh, there's no space in the bomb shelter. Oh, that's just fucked up. These two, whoever's slowest to get in ends up dying. That SCV, can it survive? Maybe if the BC pops out? Okay, 1 guy survives. The command center's going to lift and relocate, is it? No, maybe. SCVs are all going to drill each other, have a little bit of a drill party. And that's now going to turn into a assault medevac. So it's a battlecruiser planetary float. Unfortunately for Florencio, there is creep everywhere. So he's not going to be able to land it anywhere except maybe there or maybe here. 2 battle cruisers and a command center. We've got pathogen glands on the way as well as a hive. So he's going to try and go infestors to counter this. Oh, just about the most complicated answer to the battle cruiser, the infestor. But definitely something people were obsessed with for a long time, using those infested Terrans, fungal, neural. Where are those queens? They're coming over now, but there's only 7 left right now. There's just not that many units that shoot up. And there is no Yamato. Good transfuses going down on these queens, keeping them alive. But look at that, the SCVs starting to mass repair as well. The Roach is going to have to clear those out, and they will take care of them. But he picks them up. He picks them up. Okay, this is the repair shop. He says, oh, time to touch up, you know, fix up those beaten panels, new touch of paint, maybe change the gear shift, you know. Drops out his 5 combat mechanics to repair literally inside the enemy's base. Zerg comes forward to kill them. Command center picks them up. Florencio says, get fucked, you can't touch this. And you literally can't. If you're thinking about the power of different chastity belts, let me just say, if there's one out there called Command Center brand, it is the best. That is a Neo Steel upgraded command center. You ain't getting anything through that. I don't care how horny your roaches are, they are not going to penetrate a 1500 hit point command center with 3 points of armor. The queens ain't going to do shit. The queens come forward, the battle cruisers absolutely dick them. And not a single... Has he lost a single unit? Florencio has lost 2 SCVs in this entire game, and they were the ones over there to the 2 Zerglings. During this fight, Florencio has killed 5 drones, 2 roaches, an infested, 10 queens, a hatchery, a spine, about to be another hatchery, and he's lost fucking nothing. His command center, completely polished and shiny at max hit points. The battlecruiser's all rather healthy, and he is absolutely dicking him. He's going to float into the main now as well. Spores trying to build desperately. This Zerg still has enough money to win this game. Florencio is on jack-all economy, remember, guys. If this Zerg could just get up enough spores and queens and maybe use a neural or 2, but neural's not ready. It's still 30 seconds away. And once again, just fighting 1 spore at a time. The SCVs, all 5 of them still alive. And remember, guys, let me remove my camera. Just for those who don't know, SCVs on auto repair will repair other units in transports. Notice the SCVs take damage and they instantly repair themselves to full. Every time they get hit by the roaches, they get back inside, repair each other to full hit points, and then they drop out again. Uh-oh, mass infested Terran is a problem, but he just teleports away. The command center flies away. The battle cruisers need to move to the right. He teleported that one away when he could have simply flown it. I mean, we always talk about Florencio being more than a little bit addicted to recall as a Protoss player. Let's be real. He is addicted to the teleportation. Any teleportation ability, Florencio is like just honestly bottom of the barrel, lowest tipping point of extreme addiction, life-ruining levels He's like, I just need a fucking tactical jump. And you're like, you could have just clicked it to the right. He's like, I'm fucking clear. And he just literally jumps, breaks the fabric of space and reality to teleport from there to there, when he could have simply moved to the fucking side. But that is the way Florencio does it, guys. So what can I say? I can't judge. He's a functional teleport addict. Oh, well, now the downside of having wasted your tactical jumps becomes apparent. he loses all 3 battle cruisers that could have easily teleported home if he had simply not wasted it. Oh my god. And there is a price to pay. What the Zerg doesn't realize, though, is, of course, Florencio is happy to give his opponent hope. That command center refusing to die, just getting repaired by these SCVs. And he's going to break the caustic spray. He hops inside. He says, quick, to the high ground. He breaks it. Oh my god. Florencio here, of course, trying to keep this alive as long as possible rather than anything else. For some reason, the Zerg is using Infestor energy as well, which seems more than unnecessary. How long does it take to die? Jeebus. Oh my god. And behind it, Florencio's great macro in the follow-up, floating 1800 minerals, massively oversaturating the main, hasn't looked back at home for the last 10 minutes. And he hasn't dropped a mule in about 5 minutes either. So he's actually behind on economy even after all that damage. There's a hive out. The Zerg has Mass Corruptor Infestor, which counters the shit out of the battle cruisers. He's got roaches to win on the ground. And I mean, I'm loving his auto shop, his gigantic armored mobile auto shop. I'm not sure if it's the best way to play StarCraft. Well, the roaches are going to try and push in, and the first Widowmine hits don't really do a lot. Thankfully, though, there is no detection. They do have drilling claws, and the single battlecruiser will come back and defend this. Oh, Fungal reveals them. Well done. Very nice moves there by the Zerg player. He's going to drop a few infested Terrans to try and fight the battlecruiser, but these roaches are doing critical damage, and Florencio, I love the opening, but not much of a next step, unfortunately. The infestors go down. The battlecruisers are going to just let those infested Terrans run out of life. Oh, he can't lose that. He's got to repair it. He can't lose it. He needs another battlecruiser. He needs that so badly. The roaches split their attention, though. They got lured away. Those SCVs started twerking over there. The roaches did pop a fatty. And unfortunately, that was the case. The battlecruiser sees the Corruptors arrive. It's going to run in and try and fight that Spore, but I don't think you have any chance now. As Flo, it looks like you've just been routed. You don't have any production, and you've got a few Widow Mines, which aren't going to do that much. And all the SCVs are going down. So a good comeback here from Bagger team, who weathers the storm of the auto shop in the base. And imagine if Florencio just kept his battle cruisers alive. Early days of Florencio building his strategies there, remember, guys? But dude, imagine if he just kept them alive, and then he just teleports them home rather than jumping half a screen. Corruptors come, teleports them home, loses the command center, but then he's got a ton of Widow Mines and battle cruisers, and he can like take a third and like go Hellions and Cyclones and Widow Mines, whatever else, right? And the BCs can defend the Roaches, the Widow Mines protect the BCs from the Corruptors. There are times where being an addict does actually lose you video games, guys, and I think this is a perfect example of it, you know? I was saying, oh, I shouldn't be critical of it, you know, oh, everyone has their own issues, we all have our own coping mechanisms. In that case, it did lose Florencio a couple of MMR, but does he really give a crap? He had a chance to Simba his opponent. Let's be real. One of those SCVs that hopped out of the command centers was absolutely the monkey from the Lion King. And he absolutely did smear a little bit of poop on one of those queens' faces before it got blasted to Kingdom Come. Thank you very much, everyone, for checking out today's episode. Of course, you do get early access if you're on the Patreon. Check out that and many of the other reward tiers, such as the Bacon Arcade. And thank you, everybody, here on the Wall of Bacon. Big thank you, Maxan and Colonel SC, as well as Vivek, for your massively overwhelming, impregnating waves of support. See you in the next episode of the Flow Files, guys. Goodbye and good night. Pew, pew.